Alrighty, welcome back to the Natty News Daily podcast. I'm here solo with a very familiar face, very familiar, Mr. Marc Tauriello,
What's
promoter of Mr. America. Uh, we were saying it's been a long time since we've chatted face to face, even if it's
yeah,
virtual.
yeah.
How you
It's
been? I
been-
know there's been a lot of changes in your life and things like that,
yeah,
which
no,
we don't need to
I'm
beat on
doing
too
good.
much
And
if you don't want to, but
well, listen, I'm navigating the waters, that I'm sailing through. So everything, we're moving along.
moving along, moving
Yeah,
along. Still prepping for the Mr. America this year. So,
yep,
or
yep. It's
prepping
360.
as in promoting prepping.
Yeah, it's a 52 week prep. It doesn't stop. And as a matter of fact, 2026 is going to be longer than 52 weeks because we already started planning for that, believe it or not. We got a lot of big things in the works. Venue change, some added events that I'll be running, which sounds crazy, but I'll be able to do it. But I am recruiting. I need 20 trainers. They have to be certified by a legitimate organization. They have to have experience, but I need 20 trainers for one of the events that we're going to be holding next year.
Next year.
Yeah, 2026 in and around Washington D.C.
We'll start getting the word out.
Yeah, you got you. Anybody, if you're interested, you could email me. But that's going to be a big, huge, important thing. But I need quality trainers overseeing it.
Cool. So before we get too far into 2026, let's talk
Right.
2025. So it will be maybe a little bit nostalgic for you with the last year at least for now in Atlantic City. What do you think about that?
I have mixed feelings about it. Matter of fact, I just got back from a meeting today in Atlantic City, and pretty much, listen, I don't want to leave there. Uh, the venue doesn't want me to leave. The city doesn't want me to leave. The sports commission doesn't want me to leave. So it'll be a temporary move, but it's what the festival needs. And next year being the 250th birthday of America, I think it's important to be in or around DC.
So what's on tap for this year then? Still in the Tropicana, right?
Yep, we're back in the Tropicana. We have the expos going on. We got some great companies coming out. Wolfpack, Muscle Egg, uh, Mars Bar. They participated with us a bunch of times. Who am I missing? I'm missing a few other ones. Gold's Gym, obviously, they're going to be there and with a good presence. But yeah, so the expo is going to be pretty good. Kettlebell Sport is looking amazing. They're doing a kick ass job. Strongman, we streamlined that down a little bit this year um, for a variety of reasons, but we want to see how it goes. Then we have powerlifting and arm wrestling. What do we list? Oh, strict curl, stone lifting. So we got a bunch of sports going on.
For any probably most of this audience here is bodybuilders, but there are a
Well,
lot of
here's
lot of sports.
well, here's the thing. There's a lot of crossover in those sports.
Yeah.
There's powerlifters that are bodybuilders that aren't competing this year. Same thing with strongmen. When you're an athlete, I don't think it's the greatest thing to pigeonhole yourself into one particular discipline, just as a person. So I'm glad I get that crossover every year into the different events.
Yeah, I'm sure it's cool to see someone that stepped on stage last year do, powerlifting or vice versa.
Well, what was it in 2022? Ryan Hughes, she won Miss Figure America, but
Yeah.
she also competed and won in CrossFit.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I mean, she did both in the same weekend and dominated in both. And that's huge.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more people that could do that. They just don't.
And she just returned to stage this just year maybe a week ago.
Yeah, I saw that. She looks
The Fire
great.
and Ice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she looks great. So hopefully we see her. Hopefully we see her coming back.
that'd be awesome.
Try to
Defend that
reclaim that
title.
title.
Yeah, yeah. So with the expo, that's growing every year. You
Yeah.
expecting bigger and better again?
Yeah, it is. It is bigger this year. It is better this year. Um, I'm doing what I could with the space that we're in. So I mean, we've maximized that space, which is also part of the reason for the move. We're limited into what we could do, so we have to, you have to go with it and grow and make it bigger and better every year.
And are all the events going to be in the expo area too, then, other than bodybuilding?
Yes, amateur prejudging will be in the expo on Saturday morning. We are starting earlier this year. I know a lot of athletes didn't like being done so late, so the show will eventually essentially run 9 to 5 this year. So we'll start at 9 a.m. amateur prejudging, 12 p.m. pro prejudging, and right into finals in the showroom.
So-
Yeah.
and then similar deal to previous years with live stream and
Yep, we're gonna. Yep, of course, we're gonna have the live stream going. I think Natty News Daily is going to be there, but I think the staff might be a little mixed up this year.
might be a little bit, might just be a couple of us this year.
Well, that's all right. That's all right.
But
Uh,
we can always add another head. We've done that in the past. I mean,
yeah,
technically, I didn't last year because I competed.
right, right. I think you should have been mic'd up the whole time, though.
Should have mic'd me up backstage.
Yeah, that would have been good. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, we're gonna have the live stream and yeah, everything as per usual. We're just looking to elevate the event with different things that we're doing now.
What are you looking forward to most for this year?
Um, Getting through it because I have 2026 on my plate already. Um, Listen, I think pro men's physique and pro men's bodybuilding. I haven't seen lineups like this. I haven't seen lineups like this. The quality that we continue to bring out is literally off the charts. So it's going to be the judges are going to have their work cut out for them.
Always, they always do. They
Yeah,
always do. Um, any winners returning this year, or anything you can announce, or
I like that you put it that way. Um, that's one of the things we don't do is we don't usually announce who's competing for a whole host of reasons, which we could get into if you wanted to talk about it. But Jeremiah is coming back to try to win for fifth year, the fifth year, right? 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, for the fifth straight time. Um, that man is he's a living legend right now. He's accomplishing things that just haven't been done. Um, there are people coming for him though, and from some of the pictures that I get, he's going to have a battle.
yeah. No, there's
Yeah,
so many killers out there.
yeah. So that's gonna be real exciting. Um, I don't know what to expect with that. Like, yeah, I want to see somebody else win it, but for like legacy purposes, like I hope he does well. How long could he keep this up and just keep winning?
Every year. Yeah. Just
Right,
back to
right,
back to back to back to back to back.
right. Maria Laura Pope is coming back for bikini. She'll be there, um, and there's people coming for her too. Like people
Yeah.
people want to win. They have that competitive drive and spirit, which is what we always want.
Where are people from all over the country? You getting any internationals?
Yeah, some Europe, some Brazil. Europe and Brazil I've seen and that like stick out to me right away.
What draws them to the Mr. America then? I mean, I know kind of, but to travel to America to
Dan,
'cause Brazil's a new one for me.
what is?
Brazil, I don't think has there been any Brazilians in the
Yeah,
past?
yeah. So yes, there's a few every year. Last year,
Okay. Maybe I didn't.
the amateur bikini winner was from Brazil.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and she's coming back to compete as a pro because she earned her pro card with us.
Heck.
So that's going to be good.
Who is that? What's her name?
That's going to be good. So you said what drives people to come compete at the Mr. America from overseas?
Yeah.
I like that. Listen, the Mr. America started all of this. I've said it at my athlete meetings. I've said it on here before. I've said it, on my podcast. Without the Mr. America, physical culture in the United States and frankly across the world would not be what it is today. The Mr. America holds, that amongst anything else. It's got the longest legacy in the sport, right? We started women's bodybuilding in 1979. Women wouldn't be getting on stage if it wasn't for the Mr. America. All of the other events followed the Mr. America. We keep leading in the sport, and not just natural bodybuilding. On the other side of the sport as well, we're looked at as the show to do. The Mr. America holds the legacy that nobody could ever match. With that being said, I get emails from overseas, people, pretty much wanting to know how could they compete in the Mr. America. It's the most important title in the sport. It's got the longest legacy. They want to be a part of it. And they could be, because we are open to international athletes. We don't market it that way. We don't advertise per se that way. But, next year, we currently have agreements with 4 different countries. So they're going to be sending some people. And I think I'm going to Italy in December. And there's going to be a few athletes I'm going to ask to go compete in a show there.
Anything you can divulge there? Is that a meeting of the minds of sorts, or
Well, no, I can't really divulge that yet. We got to keep some things a surprise. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but we're going to keep a few things to a surprise.
we'll keep it as a surprise? So that'll be
Yeah.
for 2026 then.
No, this December.
Yeah, yeah, but for
Oh, for
planning,
2026. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But listen, the Arnold, as huge and as great as that is, there's no other bodybuilding show other than the Olympia that would top that, right? And when it comes to sports festivals and multidisciplinary sports happening all under one roof, it's the Arnold, and then it's the Mr. America. We hold the biggest legacy there is. So to not be a part of it is silly, which is why people from other countries obviously see that and they want to be a part of it, and we welcome that.
Amazing. That's amazing. And I didn't know you said you kind of mentioned it in passing. Is was Mr. America the first competition that hosted women's bodybuilding?
Yes, 1979.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And that was women's bodybuilding was the
Yep.
cat, I assume.
Yep. It was just bodybuilding. You had men's bodybuilding, women's bodybuilding.
Who won that title? Do you know offhand?
Carla Dunlap.
Oh,
Yeah, remember she came out to the show 2 years ago, not
yeah,
last year, the year before.
that's
And
right. That's right. She did
yeah,
come
we
out.
inducted her into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I
That's
think
right.
that same year we did Don Howarth and Frank Zane as well.
A little bit of
But
bodybuilding history for.
well, yeah, and there's real legends who've come through the Mr. America. This is it, man. This is it. This is the big one. And we're I'm saying we, because you and I and natural bodybuilding, we're very lucky to have this prestigious title to call ours.
Yeah.
It is wanted elsewhere. Um, we're not giving that up.
I'm guessing you've had some people offer or try to.
Yeah, we've had some bona fide offers come through over the past couple years, and something very recently this year.
What's compelled you to hold on to it then?
Where are natural bodybuilders going to compete that earns them a place in true bodybuilding history, a true legacy title, and for people to walk away and say they've earned the same title as Steve Reeves or Frank Zane or John Grimmick. The names go on and on. We have 80. We're on 86 years of history. There's not another event that could do that on either side of the sport. So if the Mr. America went the other way, where do the natural athletes go for that? There
Yeah.
is no place. The Yorton Cup is great. It's a great event. I give them 100% respect. The Natural Olympia, as much as I love the Natural Olympia. I think everybody should compete there. If you want an international stage that's truly international, yeah, you should be there. You're going to meet people from 50 different countries. You know, there's going to be people that don't even speak English. It's That's one of those events that it's like you should just go do it. Um, Again, great event, big international presence, a lot of attention, media attention that it gets. WNBF Worlds, great international. They do some of the best testing there is, from what I understand, and they have cool trophies. All those shows, but they don't have the legacy.
Yeah. Yeah, the legacy and the title is different.
Who in bodybuilding on either side of the sport doesn't want to be Mr. or Ms. America? I can't.
Communists?
I can't think of any. Yeah, maybe. So, to be able to compete for that title, like, there's nothing better. And it's not because I promote it. Dan, if you want to take over the show, take over the show. I'm gonna advocate for it till I die.
Yeah.
I had I compete. I didn't compete. I had a client compete in the Mr. America 2016 at Six Flags in Bowie, Maryland, and me promoting that show wasn't even a blip on my radar. Like I got there and I was just like I was just overwhelmed. I mean, there was stuff going on throughout Six Flags that you've never seen. Um, it was absolutely amazing. And then when this opportunity came up, I'm like, yeah, this is it.
What year was that? 2018,
2016,
2019, 2016?
2016.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing this stuff a long time.
It's crazy. It doesn't feel that long, I'm sure, but
Yeah, no, it feels like yesterday. Matter of fact, in my move, I came across a T-shirt from that event, and this year's T-shirt is a replica of that.
it's cool.
Yeah, similar to last year, but it's a dead replica of that. So I'm happy to be doing that too.
Were those first events you ran? Were those in Atlantic City too?
But when I was promoting other events,
The first Mr. America that you
yeah,
promoted personally.
that I promoted, yeah, in Atlantic City in
Yeah.
2020.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, right in the midst of the pandemic, and we had
Yeah.
we had people from like 18 or 19 different states still fly in to New Jersey of all places. In the midst of COVID.
One of the few places that still held a show, right?
Yeah, everybody was canceled everywhere. I mean, listen, I've told people this before. I had to plan 3 events that year. We were originally supposed to be inside at the convention center, and because it's state run, you weren't allowed to do it. But they agreed to let me hold the event outside. So I booked portable stages and lighting for, like, it was absolutely insane. And then once New Jersey changed the indoor capacity, I think they allowed 150 people inside. I'm like, well, the athletes didn't go into that number, which is good. So that's audience. So I'm like, all right, cool. We're gonna have a moving audience. So we broke the show down into segments and pulled it off. We had a small expo, I think maybe like 6 or 7 tables. We still had powerlifting. It worked out great. It worked out great.
Doesn't surprise me from knowing you what you put into this show, the blood,
Yeah,
sweat, and tears,
yeah. That was a rough year
and a
to say the
little bit of
least.
capital too.
Well, yeah, a little bit of capital, right? Yeah, I can't even. I don't even want to speak on how much, but that's the thing. Like, I'm one show. I'm not an organization that's collecting
Yeah.
drug testing money and athlete cards and all year long to put on a year-end event. This is one and done every year. So I think that's makes a difference.
For those who don't, probably most know, but who is eligible to compete in the Mr. America?
Everyone, everyone is eligible. If you hold a valid pro card, you can compete as a pro. All amateurs are welcome. They don't need a card. Um, Pros, we also don't, I'm going to use the word discriminate. We don't discriminate against pro cards. So if you earned your pro card in ABC organization in bikini and you want to compete as pro wellness, you can do that here. Because I'm of the thought that once you're a pro, it shouldn't matter what position you play. Dan, if you get drafted to the Pittsburgh Steelers as a kicker, because that's what you've always done, and they're like, wow, this guy's fast. And now you're a wide receiver, you don't have to go back to college and get drafted again. You just move your position.
Still got to compete against the best of the best, kind of thing,
Right,
right?
right.
Yeah.
So I'm a firm believer that once you earn your pro card, you should be able to compete in any pro category you want. My thought on people going back to earn a pro card in another division, the organizations want money. I get it, but there's no need for that.
Yeah. Once you're pro, yeah.
Yeah,
I I I respect that. So let's talk drug testing. So, you did some new stuff last year with the blood testing.
right.
What's the protocols you plan for this year? Do you plan to bring that back? And
Yep, same as last year. Urine, dry blood spot testing. It's
who did you spot test for? Was it just
I think
judge
I
selected, or was it judge selected
definitely
plus winners, or
well, definitely the winners. And I got to tell you, I don't know. So we have actual doping control officers that come in from drug free sport. They have our criteria. You're like, hey, we want, targeted, where we want the winners done and we want randoms done. So they do the selection process the same as any other sport would do. Um, and they definitely did a lot more tests than I was anticipating. The bill was huge.
you can imagine?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we're going to be doing the same thing. We if we're going to do something, we're going to do the best that there is.
And I've been backstage and I've seen these tests occurring, and yeah,
Yeah. Um, you know, one of the other interesting things out there, um, a lot of these organizations that are doing testing are testing for anabolics, and which is great, right? We don't want steroids in play. However, that's not what they need to be testing for right now. I think the biggest thing should be peptides. Guess who's not
peptides.
testing for
So
peptides? Guess who's not testing for peptides? All the other organizations. There's not a single one testing for peptides right now. We'll be testing for peptides this year.
will that be in the urine panel
Yeah,
or
that's
blood panel?
actually in the
All the
urine
above.
panel. It is in the urine panel, but it's an add-on test. So like you pay
Yeah.
for your full WADA panel, whether it's in competition or out of competition, right? There's two different ones. In competition tests for more things. Um, so you would do the in competition panel plus the add-ons.
Okay.
Yeah, so then it then elevates the the fees more, but it's also enhancing the testing that we're
More
doing.
comprehensive. Yeah. Were they recently added to the WADA list then? Or
Every year the WADA list gets updated and changed. Well, updated. It doesn't really change too much. Um, but yeah, and then as science catches up with these things, they start testing for more things.
besides of the newest, latest, and greatest trend, it seems like with
Well, yeah, and listen, peptides. Listen, I have my thought on peptides, but we're testing for them.
it's good to know.
Yeah,
Yeah, so if you're coming into the show, obviously be
yeah,
prepared.
yeah. I mean, we're if you want drug-free bodybuilding, you want tested bodybuilding, you want natural bodybuilding, it should be tested for all those things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And are some of the other events tested too with similar
Yeah,
protocols?
yep.
Yep.
I don't get involved in their testing, but they are tested too.
Gotcha. Gotcha. What are you most excited for this year then, you think? Other
Listen,
than being over. I already asked that, but I need to
listen.
get a better
I,
answer
I
than
I can't wait to see the
not being
pro,
over, but yeah.
pro men's
Yeah.
bodybuilding. I'm really excited for. I'm really excited for classic. Um, those two classes this year are what I'm looking forward to the most. Well, and men's physique. Men's physique. I think I don't have. Oh, you know what? I have the list under the computer. Um, there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of deep, deep talent. I'm glad I'm not judging. I'll be doing call outs. I'm not judging. They're going to have their work cut out for them.
So but you're not doing calls, you will be judging then.
Well, no, I'll just be calling the show.
Or
So
you'll
I'll
be
be,
calling the show. You will
yeah,
be
I'll be
calling the
calling the
show.
show. keeping the pace.
Okay. Because you did some of that last year, some of the time.
Yeah, I did most of it. I stepped away from the table, I think, for classic bodybuilding, um, and that ran a little bit longer than anticipated.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I enjoy doing that too, because then at least I have the same perspective as the judges. So if somebody comes to me and asks me a question, I was right there too.
And then who do you plan on having on the judging panel and at the
I,
show?
I have that
Any
here.
special guests?
No, not really. I have it here in my notes. Bear with me. Well, Philip Ricardo's judging. Um, well, I think there's two judges. I don't think I could say who they are um, until after the 27th. But yeah, listen, every organization is represented, right? WNBF is, OCB is, PNBA is, NGA is, USBF is. So every organization is going to be well represented.
What was what I like to see.
Yeah. Yeah, and I try to do that. I try to do that every year. So we have judges, Virginia, Mike Newman will be there, Virginia, Chicago, Florida, New York, yeah, Florida, New Jersey. Yeah, I mean, listen, they're coming from everywhere. So the panel's a little bit different this year, but few of the same key people will be there.
And yeah, for anyone that hasn't seen, tuned in the live stream or been to Mr. America, it's a high quality, very professionally ran event every single year. So
No pressure, Dan.
uh, no pressure. Yeah, you've done this over and over again, Mark.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
well,
how
it's still, listen, um, it's one playbook for the year, and we have to get everything right one time.
yeah
We don't
yeah
have week
one
after week or show after show to improve upon it. It's you know, out of the gates, got to be done right.
absolutely. And as of today, it's the 8th of September. So when can people sign up through? I know that you've
So we
touched
actually
on the date.
extended the deadline. It's through September 26th, which I believe is a Saturday. But I'll be honest with you, Dan, between me, you, and whoever else is listening, my web guy probably will not shut down the registrations until like Monday, which is the 28th. Just always after I ask. So you have a little bit of a leeway. But if you're going to register and money's a thing, call me, let me know, email me, send me a message so I can at least add you to the roster for now, and then we'll worry about the rest later. I have
And
a lot of stuff to order. I don't want you being short on medals.
no, no,
That hasn't happened yet, but geez.
don't foreshadow anything.
Yeah. Listen, if that happens, I put it into the universe. It was my fault.
Knock on wood. We'll just
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So um, yeah, the event is what date in October? I know it's usually right around the
October 11th and 12th. So
10th.
bodybuilding, which most of the fans are looking forward to, is October 11th.
And then
Athlete
all
check-in will be Friday, October 10th.
we'll end up putting the live stream links and stuff in our own bio here, but where else
Yep.
can people find that though? Where will be able people to
Well, you
purchase
can go
and
right to MrAmerica.com to purchase that live stream if you want to watch from home or on the road or wherever you are.
similar with tickets too?
Yep, tickets are on MrAmerica.com. You go right there, get your tickets. You could get them day of. I highly suggest you do it ahead of time. It just makes it easier for everybody. And I think they're cheaper online too.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we got that. Well, why don't we touch just a couple minutes on what's planned for 26? I've tried to keep this mostly on 25 because
Yeah. So
I don't want to jump
2026,
too far ahead, but
2026, we're adding a couple categories to bodybuilding. Because it's the 250th birthday of America, we're adding a military muscle category for men and women. So men, it will be posing trunks of some sort, no board shorts, red, white, blue, camouflage, some type of military patriotic theme. Women, same thing, two piece. I don't know if we're doing heels. I don't think there's heels involved. um, two-piece bikini, similar to figure or women's bodybuilding. Red, white, blue, camouflage. Uh, we have the criteria. It's not a lot of. It's not bodybuilding, but so it'll be a front attention pose, similar to the military at attention. We'll do our quarter turns, front and rear double bicep, and I believe a side chest, overhead abdominals, and thighs for both men and women. So in order to compete in the military muscle category, you have to be active or retired military.
What inspired that one? Was that you? Who's
Listen, we have there's a lot of people involved in this. The Mr. America is the most patriotic title there is. It's
yeah,
the 250th birthday of the country. We owe a lot to our military for where we are as a nation. So it's a little bit of a way to give back.
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
In addition to that, we're also launching the Liberty Games, which is you could CrossFit esque, but not CrossFit. It'll be five different events. It's open to men and women, novice, intermediate, and um, whatever they called it. They have some weird names on it, but that's going to be five different events to be held, which is going to be really good. We did have CrossFit at the Mr. America for a few years. Last year was the first year we didn't have it. I do want to bring something like that back. So that's pretty good. If you give me a second, I could give you the details here. I don't want to leave you short. All right. So the first event is called. Well, I guess I can tell you, right? Bear with me,
So
Dan.
whatever you want.
Yeah. I don't know why. There we go. So the first event is the American Engine. Second event, Stars and Stripes Barbell Complex. Third one's a Patriot Carry. Fourth event is the Liberty Ladder, and the fifth event is the All American Gauntlet. This is going to test your strength, your cardiovascular, your agility. This is geared again towards military style training. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. We could accept I think 125 athletes in that, and then that's it. That's going to be a strict number on that, just because of the amount of time it takes to complete it all. So we're really excited about launching that, and that'll be every year thereafter as well.
It's like another 4th of July.
Yeah, listen. You got to do if you're going to do it, you got to do it big, right?
Hell yeah.
When I say, listen, not only is the title patriotic, patriotism right now in our country is at the highest level that it's been since World War II, is from what I'm understanding. And regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, because I don't want to make this political, because it's not. It's a patriotic event. Come there and enjoy it.
I love it. In Washington, D.C. too.
Yes. Yeah. It's gonna be wild, Dan.
It's gonna be a fun couple of years.
Yeah, you're gonna be back on stage next year, or are you gonna be
Probably not next year. No,
you have your phone on you?
I
Let
do.
me I could send you this now so you could see it. We could get a live reaction. That'd be great. Um,
I react.
so I don't know if we've ever done this on air before.
This is new for me.
Yeah. Let me just there's one, two, and send. All right, take a look at those. As we have dead air here, which I hate.
I love the logos and just the flags. Yeah, this looks dope.
It's going to be a really, really good time. As you can see, we've clearly been, working on next year already.
So who's sanction? Is this unsanctioned? This is your own
Yeah,
creation then?
yeah.
Who have you been working with somebody that's been involved with CrossFit or similar or before for
Um,
the
to design that event, no, no. Um, but I think, like I said, we need 16 or 20 trainers. We'll have a bunch, but we are looking for volunteers to oversee it. We got to check time and reps and make sure lifts are good. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for that next year.
Is that going to be outdoor, indoor, or some of both?
I can't divulge that at the moment.
Uh-oh. Oh, secret.
Yeah, that's got to
You had
keep that
some
one
up
to
your
myself.
sleeve, I could tell.
Yeah. It's gonna be. Listen, next year is gonna be really good. I just sent you another one. You might want to take a look at. Right. So that's all. That's also going to be announced probably at the event this year. Um, Either Friday night, probably maybe Friday night at the athletes meeting. But yeah, we're making this much bigger than it is because it deserves to be.
Every year, bigger and better, right?
Yeah, that's the idea. That's the
It's
idea.
amazing. It's amazing. Anything else you want to talk about for the show before we call it close
Um,
here?
no,
No?
listen, I think we covered a lot of topics. I have nothing else really to add. We do have one other thing that's in the works. Hopefully, I'm launching that at the event this year as well, which will benefit, I think, everyone, every athlete in the country. So, listen, we're doing big things. We're the brand is has never been more recognized than it is now. So we're expanding on that.
Amazing. Yeah, so obviously everyone keep in tune and tuned in for
Yeah,
what some of these announcements that some of which Mark won't even tell me. So
right.
that's
Well,
which
yeah.
is
Anybody out there listening, Dan tried to ask me some questions prior, and there were some things I couldn't. There were some things I wouldn't tell him, and I tell Dan a lot of things, a lot.
yeah, I
So
hear a lot of things before they happen, but even some stuff that I don't even know about. So
yeah,
I'm excited to see
yeah.
what you
Some
got
some
cooking.
things
So
need to be a surprise for everyone.
yeah, absolutely. So MrAmerica.com, right?
Yep, you can register
And
there, get your tickets there, purchase your live stream there. That's not up yet. Um, that'll be up soon. I don't know when, but that's another web guy thing. So we'll see.
yeah, and then find you guys on Instagram. I
Mr.
Mr.
America
America
official
official, right? Yeah,
everywhere. Yep. Yep.
awesome, awesome.
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you name it.
So, Mark, thanks again for jumping on. It's good to
Yeah, no problem, Dan. I
chat with
appreciate
you,
it. I always
catch up
like
a little bit on air and off air,
yeah,
and check it out. And we'll see you in Atlantic City very soon.
5 weeks, 4.5 weeks.
Very soon.
We'll
Thank
be
you,
there.
Mark.
Thanks, Dan.